Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. So I did film the skin routine and I posted that already. I'm not sure if I'm going to post this one, but in case I want to, this is a very simple spring smoky eye. So I did use the Jaclyn Hill palette for this because lately I've been trying to dip into palettes that I'm neglecting. So this is one that I know I've not been showing enough love to, so I did want to play around with it a little bit, and it is a very soft, very natural smoky eye with a pop of blue in the lower lash line. So if that's something you're into, make sure to keep on watching. And please don't forget to subscribe because I do upload twice a week, and that is the best way to stay up to date on all the fun stuff I'm posting. So without further ado, let's get right into it. So starting off with a little bit of my Shape Tape concealer, I just blended that all over the lid with a patting motion on a flat concealer brush, and then set it down with the shade Silk Creme from the Jaclyn Hill palette. Then, taking the shade Jax on a fluffy brush, I just defined that on the outer portion of the crease, and I did, once there was a little less product on my brush, drag that towards the inner corner. And it was warm, but not quite as warm as I wanted, so I ended up taking the shade Hunts and going over that as well, just to kind of give a little bit more of that orange vibe as opposed to the terracotta red. Then going into the shade Chip, which was a deep brown, I took that on a flat shader brush just to deepen the outer V of the eye. And again, once that had no product on the brush, I did drag it towards the inner corner. And then I just took a flat blending brush and blended the whole thing out before going in with Abyss, the black in the palette. And I did build this up slowly with a very pointy brush at first, and then taking a flat shader brush, I just diffused that product into the crease, dragging it ever so slightly into the inner corner of the eye. Then I took a little bit more Chip and I built up that outer V just a little bit more. I wanted a little more smoky intensity on the outer portion of the eye before blending it out more. Then, taking Little Lady on my finger, it's more of a satin shade. It's not quite as foiled as some of the other shimmers. So I took that on my lid before taking a little more Chip just to blend where those two shades met. And again, it was a little more satin and I was looking for a little more intensity. So I did take the shade Faint on a brush and I started to take that over the lid with a little bit of Fix Plus just to intensify that shimmer a little bit more. Once I built that up, I took the shade Beam from the palette just to highlight the brow bone. Then, for the lower lash line, I took the shade Jax, and I took that just on the outer third of the eye and blended that out with Mocha. And then I just took a clean blending brush and I went over all of that area one more time just to make sure it was really blended seamlessly. Then I threw in the Full Spectrum liner from Makeup Geek. It's a nude liner, and that was the base for the Pool Party, which was the blue shade I used. And then on the outer portion of the eye, just to deepen the intensity, I added a little bit of Twerk, which was more of a cobalt shade, and that just gave me a little more depth before highlighting with Beam on the inner corner of the eyes. And that's the finished look. So this was a very simple spring smoky eye. And I know like the blue is a little bit out there, and if you don't want to do that, you don't have to, but I find that it takes it that extra level. You can go for just a very casual, very normal smoky eye if you'd like, but for me, like, this is basically the most natural I'll do. So I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next time.